Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I take you behind the scenes of a recent commercial production. Watch as I discuss and fine tune the lighting with a DP. I break down all the lighting used and also show how each light interacts with the scene. Stick around to the end to see the final commercial. Let's get into it. This is our location. Rachel, the set designer for this shoot, made it look amazing. We have plenty of space on the left-hand side and behind us to be able to bring in fixtures, lighting modifiers, camera, everything we need to make this spot pop. I was brought in as a gaffer for this shoot. Chris Duncan, right there in the blue, is the DP. We're going to discuss the lighting layout right now.
Preferably muslin
Muslin over here.
over here.
8 or 6. Big 8.
8 if we have it. And so we're going to keep from this side. We're going to pretend there's a window over here. We'll go with muslin. And then, so big soft. I want to cut
The bottom.
the bottom so it's not hitting the desk so much. And then I want to come in with a hard light, probably either off to the side of the muslin or over the top, hitting the desk.
For a slash.
Yeah, hitting her on the body, just not on the face.
Okay.
So kind of a downward angle, you know?
Okay.
And yeah. So, and then in the back, I'm hoping we should be able to.
They have colored shears from what it looks like, so I think we're going to go with purple. So it's not going to be white.
Gotcha.
What about a return? Do you think we'll get enough wrap or we'll need
I
neg?
think we'll get enough red. We'll have floppy on standby. I think
The-
it's going to create a lot of return here.
Only thing is, are we doing glasses with her? Because this is glasses commercial and we got to worry about reflections and I don't know how bad we're going to hit. And we don't have grid for that, any of those. Just something to consider. Because we were fighting that last
I
time.
think then in that case, let's build the frame, the whole frame.
So it could go up. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
That's just what we'll have to do.
Do we have,
It's an eyeglass commercial? I'm assuming we're gonna have glasses.
Yeah. do we have 8 by muslin? Is it-
Yes.
Okay, cool.
We can do
Do
a
6 by to
Since we're going
up.
we can do a 6.
After discussing lighting, I leaned heavy on Austin, which is familiar with all this equipment. He was the grip on the shoot. And then Matt came in to help us out as well, getting everything set up in time.
Bluetooth reset. Yes. And then we'll add another light, add fixture, and should pop up. There it is. We have those 2 lights. So now we're going to move over here to our spotlight. Same thing. Add a fixture. So we go to menu, Bluetooth reset. That's what you're looking for. It's usually wireless mode. Bluetooth reset is inside on all the lights. So different lights have different locations where they're at depending on what generation. The 300X, 300D, they're a little older, so they're in a different spot. But that's what you're looking for. Wireless control, Bluetooth reset. You add these fixtures, and then once you add all these fixtures, you have full control. So now you can turn off all the lights, turn them all on.
Having all the lights connected to the Sidus Link app made it real simple to change the temperature on each light and also the output. One of the main lights that we had to fine tune the most was the spotlight hitting the desk. And here's a little BTS of what went on with that.
Work around it. Let's get this spotlight set. So yeah, just walk this out. Oh, here we go.
All right, points coming through.
Lift it up and just set it to the other side of this. Great. Okay, cool. So now we'll walk this guy in.
Right.
Put your feet.
Good.
You're good. Oh, yeah, that's not good. Shoot. Yeah, to get underneath her a little. We need to get it forward more. 'Cause this is probably go lower.
I think we still need to go a little low.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, we need to go lower. So we'll fine tune this to edge it for the. Is that clear?
No.
It's at 5,000. 10%. 10%. So what we'll end up doing is let's make it where it could reach there. So, and then we'll clamp it on. It's this that's doing it. So we have to wrap it.
Oh, got it. Okay.
So that
I see.
because what happens, what I did before, is we cut all the light and then this got dark.
Got
So we need that spill.
Now that we have that spotlight set and dialed in, I'm going to walk you through all the lighting we used for this commercial.
All right, guys, here's our setup for today. We have a 6x muslin diffusion for our key. And then we have a 300D creating a little bit of an edge for a hair light. We have CTO outside on the window that we taped on. That diffusion, the 6x, is being lit by a 600D. And I'll show you guys levels in just a moment. We have a 300X with a 36-degree spotlight. And it is raking across the table here, creating a splash of light. We do have a Fresnel on the 600D. And then we have a 300X going in the ceiling to give us a little bit of lift over here. Now you see these lines right here. We are cutting those with this furniture pad, Fernie pad, packing blanket, and I'll get that moved in just a moment. And we're also using this net to cut the table just a bit so we're not too harsh where the light's coming in because we had to get it in so close. Here's a look from this angle.
The overhead spotlights did pose a challenge with a lot of light spilling in, so we had to control those. I used a 40x40 black and white floppy with foam core attached to it as well to make it a little bit bigger, and then a stand to bring it all the way up. Josie, the producer and first AD, was kind enough to sit down and let me run through the lighting for you guys so you can see how each light played in the scene. This is our scene with Josie sitting in with all the lights on. And now all the lights off. Now we introduce every light individually, the MC for a pop on the shelf. We have our room levels with the 300X. Next, we will have our table light slash with a 300X and a 300D edge. And then the 600D key light going through the big diffusion. All the lights off. Now it's just the key light. This is what it looks like with the key light and nothing else. We introduce the slash on the table. And then we introduce the hair light, the edge, the room level light. Now that we have false color applied, we're going to go through everything again and you can see all the lights on and then all the lights off. Pay attention to the levels as well on the false color, but also the output on the lights. That way you can get an idea of how much we're using. We're using very little of the output that we have for this scene to make it all come together. And you can see how when you build each light in, what it does overall to the scene as it all comes together. And you can see how subtle some of these lights are in the scene, and they're doing a very minimal amount of work. But when you add them all together, the hair light, the slash, the key light, the little pop on the background, it makes a big difference. There were a lot of elements that came together to give us our final look. We were able to come in with the lighting and shape the lighting. Chris was able to frame everything up, get the right lens on there, giving us the right look. We had wardrobe, we had set design, hair and makeup. It all comes together, even sound. There's a lot of people coming together to make this work. Let's take a look at the final results. And here it is. This is a portion of the commercial that was released with the content we captured in that space. We did capture an English and Spanish version, so there was multiple releases overall. What did you think of the final look? What did you think of the lighting setup? What would you have done differently? Let me know your feedback in the comments below. Also, want to give a big shout out to George with ArcPoint Studios for bringing everyone together to make this happen. Thank you so much for everyone that watches the channel, and I'll see you on the next one.
There, ceiling up there. We also, today only, we have a Chris Duncan right here. Chris Duncan right here. Yes, we have a Chris Duncan and a camera. He's very angry self. So today we are going to be doing stuff in a studio. I didn't tell you that yet. And we still have floors, ceilings, and walls. Thank you for watching.